Hi,
What's up? Living room webinar.
in person.
Here we go.
Number
It's
2.
August. This is episode 5.
Episode 5, number 2 in person.
Yep.
And we're back in Atlanta. Welcome.
Thank you.
Get out of the Florida heat.
It feels nice. Honestly, I've been a little bit of a hater of Atlanta for a long time. Right now, this weather is ideal. I can handle it.
I coach cheerleading 3 days a week outdoors from 6 to 8. So I'm very happy that it's getting a little bit
It's a little bit cool.
because
The morning is nice. I don't know about the afternoon evening.
it's better than having 30 children complaining about the weather. So we're happy.
That sounds like my nightmare. 30 children complaining.
You know, they're sweet. They're sweet.
For all of you that are watching that have 30 children, God bless you.
Yeah, God bless. God bless.
And all of you that are, cheerleading coaches, God bless you as well.
It's a fun.
My daughter plays drums. Like that's the opposite of cheerleader, like what you're
I
doing.
feel like you could do both though. Like I feel like you could cheer and do drums. That sounds
That's
like,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Okay, so speaking of,
I played the cello.
we're also excited because Sabrina Carpenter released her album, and I feel like she's musician
Yes.
slash.
She's a little Polly Pocket.
Yeah.
I love her. We are trying to get Ellie, Chris's 16-year-old daughter, tickets to Sabrina Carpenter in Atlanta. So if anybody knows anybody with connections, let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Ellie deserves it. She's a great kid.
She does. I love that you said Polly Pocket because last year was Barbie summer. This summer was Rat summer.
Rat summer. Yeah.
Next year maybe Polly Pocket summer.
Polly Pocket summer. I'll fit in well because I'm 5'1", so
There you go.
Polly Pocket.
It could be your summer.
It could be mine.
It's
Maybe.
been your summer, but now especially. Did you own Polly Pockets?
Yes, 100%.
Did they have their little house?
Yes.
Okay.
They had the little heart thing that opened up,
You're
like
right.
a little
Like a
clamshell.
compact? Is that the-
Yes. My nieces are 8 and 6 now, obsessed with Polly Pocket, so they're still around.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're going strong.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and it's a busy week for us over here.
Oh, huge week.
What do we got going?
So we've got living room webinar. Obviously, welcome everybody.
We're here.
So excited. If you're with us today, jump in the chat, ask us questions, and we will hear what those questions are. We look forward to answering. And we've got some really great guests. And part of the reason why we've got some great guests in the office, we're also involved in Interfaith Southeast, which means we've got an open house that's happening right now. If you hear
Right now.
some hubbub, is that a word?
Yes, it is.
So
I think.
hubbub behind us, it's because that's happening.
Yep, we've got vendors, customers, friends here. We've got a whole little spread going on. So love having the office.
Maybe some
open.
champagne, maybe
Maybe.
some chicken nuggets,
Maybe both.
maybe both.
And
It's a
then
great time.
yeah, so if you're going to be at Interface Southeast, you can catch our team there starting today, and tomorrow our CEO's hosting a panel, the
Yeah.
CEO Power Panel. So
Maggie on the data team, she's
Yes.
on roundtable
oh, amazing!
today, and then John will be hosting the CEO Power Panel.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, and then we've got something really special that's happening. We're not going to talk about it a ton,
Okay.
but we will tease it. So we're doing our very first user conference in person here in Atlanta on Thursday. Living Room Live
Living Room Live.
in the same brand of Living Room Webinar.
Yes, full day, free to our customers for just a full day of content around Welcome Home, how to use it, how to utilize it better. We're going to do some industry deep dives into the Southeast region.
Yep.
Got some CSMs doing some roundtables, and it's just a full day of learning. And it won't be the last one. So
Nope.
this is our pilot,
Yeah.
and we're really excited to
So
see
excited.
how it
When I
goes.
joined almost 2 years ago, this was the one thing that Emily came to me and said, one, help me with decks. I don't ever want to do those again. I don't know how I'm doing with that. So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Great. 10 out of 10.
But also like user conference, being able to bring this welcome home customer experience that you have been so responsible for, and helping to connect people to the information that they need to turn our tool not just into like, okay, cool, here's another like thing in your tech stack, like this is meaningful.
Yep.
And so getting that in the hands of people and helping them understand what that is. And we're going to talk about AI and power tools and how we're actually making sense of that, and not just, throwing AI rates against the wall like we know happens at times.
Oh, absolutely. And we're gonna have a customer panel. We have a panel of Welcome Home employees that used to be in senior living. We have our coveted CTO, other
Yes.
co-founder that no one has really
Ghost,
met.
that is,
The magician.
Yes.
He's to be there
the
on a
ninja.
panel. So we're really excited, and we're excited to see how it goes, so we can produce more of these
Yeah.
moving forward across the country for all of our other customers.
Exactly.
So-
Stay tuned because we're going to co-host. And so the goal is to roll this out in other regions.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for more living room lives coming to other areas of the states.
Can't wait.
Cool.
Are you
Right.
ready?
So yeah, let's go. We've got our first guest. We've got our segment, The Future, and help me welcome as he steps in the room, our very own Nick Jasmine. Welcome, Nick.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
And in the
Doing
presence
great.
of royalty, meme,
Thank you.
meme royalty.
LinkedIn meme. There's a
LinkedIn.
very niche audience, LinkedIn meme royalty.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Nick Jasmine.
very specific.
I feel like you are one of one.
I mean, I try to be. I'm just trying to make it a little bit more fun.
It is.
And it is, yeah, absolutely. There are days that I've had intense conversations with Emily, and I come out a little bit sad, a little bit despondent, vocab word of the day. And then I look to Nick Jasmine's LinkedIn, and there's joy that is sparked.
Thank you. I'm glad I could present.
Fantastic.
Well, welcome to Atlanta and welcome
Yeah.
to the living room and the Welcome Home office. We're so happy to have you.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what you're involved in, like background company that you're with, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm with American Healthcare Management Group and Elevate Senior Living. So American Healthcare Management Group is a third-party operator. So we manage 15 communities across the Southeast, Midwest. And Elevate Senior Living is our new development product to solve the affordability crisis in senior housing. So our first location is in Clearwater, Florida. We opened in April. We're
Shout out.
a year and a half ahead of budget already. So really excited, just trying to give seniors more options that are more affordable than kind of what's out there right now.
And I've seen on LinkedIn, it's a beautiful, beautiful community. And, I think, we have we're a tech forward company. So we have a lot of people that come to us from tech. I think it's the one thing that everyone is so surprised at when they're learning about senior living is the price. And I feel like there's not a lot of education around that. So the fact that you guys are trying to tackle that and make it more affordable for
Yeah,
seniors.
I mean, nobody plans for this and nobody wants to have to go through this. So if we can, not on just the sales side of trying to help guide them through this decision, but also on the price side of like, hey, let's not cripple an entire family. Let's not have all three siblings chipping in
Right.
just to make sure mom's taken care of.
And it is beautiful. So we got a chance. I was there for the grand
Oh,
opening.
I forgot you
It's
live
very
right around the
cool.
corner. Yeah,
Yeah, just south of there, a couple minutes.
it's amazing.
Go
Yeah.
Florida.
If anybody wants to come, just come. It's 2050 Safe Haven Way.
Amazing.
Stuff
Thank
about-
you. So, talk to us a little bit about, how your team and, you're a Welcome Home customer and obviously you guys are growing, you've got a lot going on. So just talk to us a little bit about what you guys are doing differently or just some best practice that you're instilling in your team when it comes to especially AL memory care sales and what should people be thinking about?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that our team focuses on is just trying to keep it at the individual level. So every single prospect that comes in is different. There are things we want to check off and like, hey, let's figure out what their name is. Let's get their phone number, email address,
Yeah.
but treating each prospect differently. They're going through their own journey. I mean, we had a prospect that had just gotten married in the last 2 weeks, navigating through that different family dynamic. And we have ones that, we have 3 siblings, but only one lives in the state that the community's in. So really just trying to be individualistic with that and focusing on what we can control.
Yeah.
For us, that's our attitude and our effort. We can't control how fast they want to move. We can't control what their health or their financial situation, but we can control our attitude that we bring to every conversation and the amount of effort we're going to go through for these prospects.
It's so smart. I mean, no one person is the same. No one person is having the same experience. And the playbook is great to kind of guide, but you have to kind of be able to give that personalized experience to each person.
Yeah, I mean, there's better answers to certain questions, but at the end of the day, you have to look at that individual in the eye and understand, okay, I've learned a lot about you. I've become part of your family in a way. And what do not only they need to hear, but what is going to help them the best. And sometimes that's not our community. And that's okay. We're not the best solution for everyone. We want to be selfishly, as any salesperson would want to be,
Sure,
but
yeah.
we have to be comfortable with that
Mhm.
because that's really what we're here. We're here to help families.
Yeah, and I mean, we know, like, obviously we joked about the meme thing and we love that,
Mhm.
but I think you do such a good job through humor, helping people understand, like, sales is part of the bigger team. You're bringing that perspective to what sales is doing. So help us a little bit, because I know that's part of your thought process. Like, what does it look like for the sales team to work well with the rest of the team, and what can the rest of the team think about in terms of like, okay, here's what the sales team needs.
Yeah, there's a couple different ways you can look at it. So the thing I tell my team members at different parts when they join the team on the sales side is they have to understand not only having empathy with prospect, but empathy with their team.
Yeah.
Because their job is the only job in our community that as they perform well, it will get easier. Where everybody else's job gets harder. Your nurse has more people they have to take care of, more care plans. Your engagement professional has more people to integrate into their very delicate bingo ecosystem. But for sales, the more movement you get, the bigger commission you get, and less rooms you have to fill. job gets easier.
Right.
So understanding that, for that, and for the rest of the team, knowing that, hey, so when everything's going well, everyone gets praise. When everything's going bad, the salesperson's the only one that gets a spotlight shined on them. I stole that from Eric Barron at Aspen Company. Thank you, Eric. But but understanding that it takes an entire team.
Yeah.
You know, so the salesperson has to know on their side, I need to make sure that I'm appreciative of my team, and the team has to understand we can't be successful if we don't all work together.
So what are some of the like basic things that you've done as a team to make sure that stuff is being communicated? Was that?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's from the salesperson standpoint, if they are feeling like their team's struggling and not feeling appreciative, if it's a matter of like, hey, can I go get coffee? Or just ask them, what can I do to help
Yeah.
today? I have 20 minutes in between a tour or a call. Can I run an activity? Can I go help at mealtime? Can I go do a copy or some, can I get you lunch? Something like that. And for the team, it's just asking, hey, what are you comfortable with? We have a maintenance director who's very comfortable giving tours, but if I told him to make a cold call, he'd panic.
Yeah.
And he does a great job on tours, but he's just not confident. So
Yeah.
putting him in a position to say like, okay, you're really good with tours, you're good at face-to-face interactions. Let's put you in a position there to help.
Yeah.
And then celebrate it when you can.
That's awesome.
Do you do the same thing, you know, like you, and I love that you said, you know, as the sales team is doing their job gets easier. Do you guys do the same thing when you have a build that's close to capacity and your sales team is having an easier time? Do you kind of flip the script and have them kind of helping out and run bingo?
Yeah,
or
absolutely. I
serve
mean,
dinner?
every single team member in our community is all hands on deck. I mean, we have a rotating manager schedule for meals where they're going to help. And we have our salespeople build their schedule around it. So it's not so much that the schedule is built around sales. Sales is built around the community schedule, because at the end of the day, their office isn't an office in the community. It's a room in a resident's home.
Gotcha.
So when they
Right.
come into their office and they might be annoyed because they're trying to make a phone call, the challenge we say to them is, this is Margaret's room. What if I went into your living room and said, you
Yes.
have to be quiet? That wouldn't make any sense.
Right.
So having that mindset from the beginning. So as we get closer to capacity, that shift of like, okay, I'm not spending as much time, doing cold calls or tours because I'm really just trying to build a waiting list, to helping out my team isn't as a dramatic of a shift.
Sure.
That is, I mean, everything you said just hit, I mean,
Right, love it.
it's really interesting,
Awesome.
those takes.
Well, thank you for joining us. I know it
Thank
goes
you,
so
guys.
fast.
Yeah.
Yes, so.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Good to
Thank
see you and looking at
See
it.
you.
Do more at Interface.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Please
Great.
stay so we can hang out afterwards too.
Will do.
Be sure to check out Nick on LinkedIn and enjoy the memes.
Thanks, Nick. All right, we've got our next guest, come on in.
Come on in.
This is
Huge fan.
this is
Second segment or second time?
Second time.
Yeah, welcome back. Go ahead.
Thank
yeah, so we're doing a little bit different each episode.
Yes.
So last episode we had Jacob on with featured features, amazing. And this episode we have Pierce. So every other episode you'll see either Jacob or Pierce. And if you are a Welcome Home customer, if you haven't seen Pierce's DIY home improvement videos, go check out the resource center in the bottom left corner of your
Yep.
Welcome Home instance. It's brand new. You need to check it out. There's a section.
Mhm.
They are tips and tricks, quick tips and tricks on the most important and most used features of Welcome.
5 minutes or less, so fast.
So
Yeah,
fast.
5 minutes of your time.
And I just want to brag on Pierce because he's on my customer support team. He has been promoted to our senior support associate, the first one in our company history, and the first one on our
We
team.
love it.
Thank you.
And the DIY series was all Pierce. He came to me and said, I want to do this for our customers. I'm seeing these questions commonly come into support. I want to do this. And fun fact, his little passion project on the side is photography and videography. So you need to check out his videos, bottom left corner of Welcome Home. And Pierce, what do you got to
Yeah,
talk about?
Handyman Pierce is here.
It's here.
So you're gonna help us
Absolutely.
how we can, really utilize Welcome Home to the best
Yeah.
of our abilities.
Exactly.
So jump in. Yeah, show us what
Okay,
you got.
absolutely. So building plans are up, so I'm here to roll out the blueprints to success. in Welcome Home.
Yes.
So how important are emails in Welcome Home?
Very important.
Very important.
Very important.
Did you know that there's a section where you can actually see the metrics and maybe even edit those emails?
Let's go.
No,
Okay.
what's going on?
Yeah.
So
Smart.
Tell us
I'm
more.
going to go over bulk email dashboard and then a little tidbit of switching your prospects with influencers if there's not information that needs to be changed out. And then a little tip that you can actually add photos to a prospect profile.
Oh, we love that.
Love it.
Come on.
Yes. So I'm going to have our amazing technical director over here kind of, as I'm going through, she's going to kind of click through the slides. So that way it can match up with what I'm
So
saying.
yeah, shout out production that happens behind the scenes.
Marissa, happy
Marissa's
birthday
birthday,
yesterday.
Absolutely. So we're going to go on for our hunt for the bulk email dashboard. So we are on the overview page here, and we are going to go down to the reports page on the left-hand side.
There it is.
And here on the reports page, it's kind of hidden if you don't scroll down all the way. So we're going to scroll down and find that box that says communication. And then that's going to take you right underneath to that bulk emails dashboard. So let's go ahead and click on that way. So let's stop right here. So bulk email dashboard is very handy if you want to track a lot of your metrics. So we have our categories of sent, which is how many bulk emails you have sent through the database. You have how many of those are open. So if people have opened your bulk emails, that's going to track those metrics there. And then if you have a link within the description of your bulk email, that clicked percentage is what's going to describe that. And then of course you can always filter in that more category in the top right corner, your from, dates, all of that you can kind of attribute to your filters and kind of narrow down what your bulk emails you want to check out. In this case, since I went ahead and set up kind of a scheduled bulk email, let's go ahead and click into that more about our community.
This is so great.
And from here, you have the capabilities of either if you messed up or you're like, ooh, maybe I kind of want to rewrite this. You can either, of course, delete the email, which is that big red button at the bottom. In this case, let's say we want to go through and maybe we want to make changes to email that we scheduled out in the future. So let's click that edit email. And from here, maybe we don't want to make any changes. Maybe we want to make sure that our prospects are selected so we know that those are the recipients. So we can go ahead and hit next. And then from here, maybe we want to make some changes to our message. Maybe we want to go down to the filters in between that subject and body text. So we can, of course, let's click that. And that's going to bold, underline. Maybe you want to italicize any
Big
text
fan of
that you
bold.
have in that. Absolutely.
Yeah, come on.
And if you want
Headlines.
to maybe you were writing out your message and you forgot to add an attachment. Let's add one in. Of course, you can pull it from our handy dandy knowledge center in Welcome Home, or you can pull it from your computer. In this case, let's just go ahead and choose Knowledge Center. Perfect. And let's go ahead. I think we're done. So let's hit next. And in this case, we went ahead and scheduled it out in the future, but maybe I'm kind of changing my mind. Maybe I want to send it now. So let's change it from there.
You're feeling good about this email.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think it's a solid.
Good email. We like it.
So let's go ahead and hit next. And then last step for that pipeline is to review. So if everything looks great, you think you are good to go, we can go ahead and hit that blue send emails. And then voila, nice work. We are done. And it's that easy.
It is that easy. And our little jumping fairy celebrates
Yes.
you sending your email, which I love.
Yeah. we love that.
Absolutely. And there's actually, if kind of going back to kind of reviewing metrics and kind of looking at your old bulk emails, is if we take a look at the email list, if you're ever in the decision of maybe I want to follow up with some of these prospects in our list that you sent past bulk emails to, well, you can actually do that. Of course, if we kind of highlight over that bulk actions in the right-hand corner, you can always click that to email that list directly. And then, of course, if you need to filter down, you can do that so with that more filter.
I think one really cool thing here is you could say, show me everyone who opened this email and let me send another email following
Absolutely.
up with them,
Mhm.
or show me, let's see the people who
So,
didn't.
yeah, exactly.
open.
That's what I wanna
Yeah,
have.
Yeah.
very- Putting our
I
marketing
mean,
hats on.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and on to the next tip here. So hit that next button. And from here, we're going to go into, so we're going to go to the day planner. And from here, typically if you receive web leads, there might be some kind of interference with maybe that web lead comes in as an influencer and it fills in that influencer information, but you're kind of like, well, where's the prospect information? Well, I'm going to show you kind of how to like very easily just switch those around. So let's go ahead and click into Jerry Smith.
Come on, Jerry.
I'm sure this is very common with your web forms. People might not be filling it out accurately, and someone's actually the influencer and they're coming in as a
Correct.
prospect, or
Mhm.
vice versa. So yeah, let us, how do we fix that?
Absolutely. So as we see here, we are on Jerry Smith's prospect profile. We can kind of see a little bit from the summary page here. There's unknown name, unknown lead source, inquiry date.
Come
Kind
on,
of
Jerry.
What,
Yeah.
where is that information? And if we kind of verify that, if you click into that prospect tab, we can see, okay, it's still kind of blank. Well, where's the information? So now let's kind of go down to the influencers tab. And we can see, oh, Jerry Smith is actually, okay, maybe he is not the influencer, needs to be the prospect. So how do we switch that? So there's going to be 3 little dots in the top right corner of that page right there. Perfect. And there's going to be an option to convert to prospect. It is that.
Come
easy.
on. Come on, Pierce.
And go ahead.
Oh, and it goes the other way too. You get
Absolutely.
or a prospect who is actually the influencer. You can do it either way.
Absolutely. So once we are good to go, we can hit convert from there. And boom, now we can click into that prospect information tab right there. And now we see all that information that was on the influencer. It has now translated over into the prospect profile section.
So helpful. I mean, again, we can't always control what's coming in from integrations. This is a very easy way for you to just switch all that information without copy, paste, delete, which is great.
And then last little tidbit here.
Bring us some.
If you notice that, okay, there's just Jerry Smith and his initials right there on the prospect information. But what if you could kind of characterize that and kind of see a little photo about them? So if you
Maybe
click
wearing a
their
red
initial,
hat, you know.
exactly,
Yeah.
yes. We could go on there. We can see that we can change that. So go ahead and click that. We can, of course, choose a file from our computer. So let's go and do that.
Oh,
Whoa.
Who was that handsome man right there?
I mean,
So if we are good with that photo, we can go ahead and hit next right there. Let's go ahead and scroll down to the bottom. We'll hit update for the profile. And then voila, our summary has now a presentation profile picture of Jerry Smith.
that's amazing.
fantastic.
If you guys are having people in for tours or if you're having a closing meeting, take that picture, upload it. You can do this on our mobile app, which is probably 10 times easier because when you click the photo thing from the app, it actually pulls up your camera or your photo, which is
Absolutely.
super cool. So this has been so fun.
Yes.
Another great segment. Pierce.
Another one.
Another one, swinging hammers,
I mean-
using saws, getting us to where we need to be.
And Pierce does a new video every month
absolutely.
he will push it out to you guys in an email. It's going to be in the resource center moving forward. If you call into our support team, you will hear from Pierce. He will help
Yes.
answer your questions. We're so thankful to have you, Pierce.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm
Thanks,
so
Bill.
glad to be able to share whatever knowledge I have for our clients and our wonderful people.
Well,
Appreciate
thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks
Thanks
for
so much.
being here, and we'll see you next time.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All right, and we have our next segment, which is
Yeah.
the neighborhood. So we're going to bring in a
In the
vendor.
neighborhood, we've got an exciting partner with us from Icon. Let's give I feel like we're giving warm welcomes and people out there are clapping.
Yeah,
We're
clap.
clapping.
Everybody
We're
clap.
clapping it out.
Thank you. We're-
Jessica, welcome
Yes,
to Living Room Webinar.
Thanks for having me.
So great to have you here. You're in town for Interface. That's exciting. So yeah, tell us a little bit about Icon. Give us a little background.
Yeah, so Icon is an engagement and communications platform built specifically for senior living. But really, at the end of the day, our goal is to help communities to really attract and retain not just your residents, but your family members and staff as well. So we kind of provide a full suite of tools to really help elevate that experience for all of your stakeholders.
Very cool. And we're excited because we are working on like a next level integration that we're getting ready to release together pretty soon. I got updates from a product manager just this past week. Things are going well. We're
Yep.
moving forward. Good communication. So we love, strong partnerships.
Say we love our
People,
local
yeah.
friends.
Yeah, we've already got an integration. We're just making it even better.
Yes,
So
our
robust. So on those lines, we're always building new things. Icon is always building new things. Tell us a little bit about maybe a new feature that's coming out that you're really excited about.
Yes, so that's hard because we have so many exciting
Oh, what a
things
good answer.
going on at the time.
That's marketing.
Yeah.
right?
We gotta start with that. because You're probably gonna hate me for my next answer.
Okay.
I'm sure everyone's sick of hearing about it, but am I in tech if I don't mention AI?
I was gonna say,
Go.
you know what? It's a buzzword only until you're actually doing something with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
It's meaningful, then great.
Well, and I think it's necessary. If you don't start using it, you're gonna get left behind. So I'm really excited. We're doing a lot of things with AI, but I think specifically something that we're calling smart aging AI.
Okay.
So we are using AI to really enhance the resident experience. So we're making it really easy for organizations to keep a pulse on what's going on within their communities.
Right.
So we're highlighting trends, we're even raising red flags, right? Where there may be some risk or some opportunity for improvement. to make it really easy for you guys to take a more proactive approach to managing resident satisfaction and just overall well-being.
That's
So,
amazing.
yes.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
But again, AI, everyone's talking about it. And, we say all these things, everyone calls things like, oh, this is artificial intelligence, but it's gotta be meaningful, it's gotta be impactful, and it's gotta produce actual results, right? Or else it's meaningless. So I love that you guys are.
Well,
going down
and
that
too, on the back end, yeah, obviously it's focused on residents, but it's just making your staff members' lives easier too, right? Giving them time back in their day so they can, do those resident facing activities that they got in this industry to do. So.
Absolutely. I love that.
So, yeah.
And I think, and that's that's why we love Icon, is you guys have such a similar mindset as us. But we don't want our people using our products to be on the computer. We want them to be doing what
Right.
they love to do, which is interacting with the residents and their family members.
Very cool. So I've been following Icon for a little bit, obviously, like LinkedIn, and you guys have been sharing this idea of like iconic stories,
Mhm.
which I love. As a marketing person,
Right.
I'm all about that. That's been my favorite thing in senior living. Is like you get to talk to these people. So tell us a little bit about what that iconic story contest is about, and
Yep.
how that what are you guys doing with that?
Yes, so it is a contest for Icon customers. And we're really just asking for them to share how they have used Icon to impact their community in a positive way. So it could be anything from, a heartwarming story from a resident, a special project that we maybe helped with, or even just a daily improvement
Cool.
on how we communicate and engage with our stakeholders. We want to hear all of the stories. We want to share all of the stories. And then we even have a panel of industry experts who are going to pick a winner.
Cool.
And then we've got some good prizes. So
Love that.
yeah, if there's any Icon customers listening, I encourage you guys to go to goicon.com and apply.
That's
Cool.
super
Yeah.
cool. I love gamification, but
Yep.
gamification in this way of the storytelling, it's so important because our industry is built on stories.
Right.
And I think people resonate with stories so much more. So I love that you guys are doing that.
And again, that's like, I feel like that's what makes us such good partners.
Yeah.
I know Emily and I are passionate about like getting the stories from people that are using Welcome Home as well.
Mhm.
Like, how has this actually impacted you in a meaningful way to give you back the time to do the thing that you actually want to do, which is spending time with that resident or with that prospect. So very cool that you guys are doing that.
Yeah,
That's
we're
awesome.
excited about it.
Yeah.
And another thing that I hear you guys are doing, that I'd love to hear more about is Icon Interact.
Yes, so this is kind of an interactive showcase hosted by our COO, Mary Giangrassi. She's great. She knows Icon inside and out. And she is going to take our attendees on an exclusive tour of Icon and really show, maybe those who aren't familiar with Icon, how we're helping over 2,000 communities.
Cool.
To really, again, enhance that resident and family member experience while also driving operational efficiency on the back end for your team. So we've got 2 sessions. We have one September 9th at 3:30 and one September 10th at 12:30.
All virtual,
Yes, all virtual.
free to sign up.
Yep, open to anyone. So we encourage everyone to join in on the fun.
And how can people register?
They can go to goicon.com, go to our events section, and they'll be able to register there.
Amazing. Do we have a link?
We
in-
do.
I
Link
was gonna
link is
say, we can
happening.
also include a link.
Yeah, link's on right now. So
Perfect.
people can check
That's
that out.
great.
Amazing. So yeah, check the chat out. Please go if you're an Icon customer,
Yeah.
share your story for the competition.
Yes.
What's at stake?
There's some good prizes. I think there are some free services up for grabs.
Ooh, I
So,
mean, that
yeah.
is from a VP to the VP's heart, like give me
Yes.
free software, please.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. So yeah, we have the links for both links so you guys can check out Icon Interactive as well as Iconic Stories, which is amazing.
cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
look forward to version 2.0 of our integration.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
bi-directional.
Mhm.
We're very excited. Our teams have been working very hard on this. So
Yes.
any mutual customers on the call, just know that is quickly coming as we're just wrapping it up.
Yeah.
And last question, I mean, Hulk Hogan, what can you tell us?
Wait,
Real celebrity impression, like what do you got?
Ooh, what do you want? from
I don't
me?
know. I mean, just a little backstory. There's something there, right?
It's just my alter ego.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
if you're lucky, you'll get a
Good.
little show. But
I'm obsessed. That's so Hulk Hogan is your alter ego. I
Yeah,
feel like
I mean-
I'm outside of an
You,
inside
Yeah.
joke.
well, you
Yeah.
just, I don't even think it's an inside joke. I just think
it's just who I am.
yeah. So you get to know
sometimes, you
Jeff,
know?
and you might get to know Hulk Hogan.
The switch goes off and
Yeah.
she turns into Hulk Hogan.
So
I have to admit something. This whole time I'm thinking of the Hulk. not the
Not the
WW.
Yeah, no.
You don't seem like an angry person.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, but I do sound like a WWE wrestler.
I'm glad we cleared that up before.
Do you have an alter ego that comes out?
Oh,
you have like a-
yes, but it's not like, it's not cool. It's Shmem is what it is, and it's because I fall asleep very easily.
Okay.
Sleepy Shmem, like
Got it.
after
You can tell me.
dinner,
Got it.
like
Yeah,
find me
yeah.
on my couch.
Just napping.
Yeah, it's,
I don't hate that though.
I mean,
We love it.
keeps me on
I'm
track.
the opposite
Yeah.
of running around.
Oh,
Hogan.
I get it. Okay, so we're like kind of polar
Yeah.
opposites. All right, so we're gonna need to rub a little bit off on each other.
Perfect.
Be in the
Amazing.
middle.
Exactly. Well, Jess, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank you
being
so much.
here.
Thanks for
And
having me.
you're gonna be at Interface, please. You
Yes,
guys have a
say hi.
table.
I'll just be
Perfect.
just going around, yeah.
Hang out with Jess, hang out with our team.
Yeah.
We're excited and
Yeah.
and please stay and enjoy the open house.
Of course.
Thanks for doing
Thanks so much,
it.
Jess.
Thanks, guys. Thank
Appreciate
you.
Very cool.
All right. Look at us. We did
There it
it
is.
finally.
Oh,
Guys, we've been going over the
Maybe
past
it's
5
I
times.
know.
301.
You knew like being in person, this was gonna help.
100%.
This is awesome. This is
Exactly.
good.
So I'm not gonna be at Interface. Are you going?
I am going. I'm actually heading over to the round table right after this.
Lovely.
I'm
So
gonna
then,
support Maggie.
if you're gonna be there,
Come say
stop
hi.
and say hi. We do this every month. So if this is your first living room webinar,
Yeah,
we do
thank you
these
so
monthly.
much.
Thank
Yeah.
you for joining.
Follow us on LinkedIn, follow
Yes.
Welcome Home on LinkedIn, do all those things, and we will see you next time. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one.